Yeah, hello, Nevers. It's been such a long time. I miss you guys. Thinking, what can I talk about? You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. But before that, let's take this. Okay, no? You know what? Let's just increase the brightness a little bit just to make it brighter. And let's go for it. Welcome to my podcast again, Little Talks. Um, Thank you guys for keeping up with me. Thank you for patiently waiting for this new episode. Honestly, it's been fun. It's been fun. One thing like one thing that I've learned since I started my podcast is you have to be patient. You have to be ready to learn. And another very important thing is you have to be self motivated because like most especially like we have to think about the journey you started, like the vision you had, and and the goal you try to accomplish, you know, and what is the project, so everything comes together. And honestly, I don't like it. You don't blame anybody that don't understand what you're trying to do when you start a project, because the vision is yours, and they probably don't have a clear vision because in the beginning process you're just trying to explain to them what you're trying to do, the kind of project you're trying to do, your mission with this project. And it's okay for people not to understand you in the beginning, and keep motivating yourself just like I said. And once you have the dream, you just keep challenging yourself, like what you're going through right now is part of the learning process, it's part of the curve and everything like that. And eventually, if you have the mindset, if you have the right mindset of thinking about, eventually I will get it, just like me. When I started, like it's there was a lot of things that was unplanned, like things that I didn't see coming that actually happened. And to me, that's what I actually call learning. Like, because if everything worked the way I planned, I probably wouldn't learn as much as I did today. And yeah, so very importantly, how do you keep your emotion in check? Because you have to understand, like anything you start in life is like a mission. And a lot of emotion come with it when people let you down, and when you're trying to do something, it doesn't happen the way you expected it to happen. How do you keep your emotion in check? And that's a very important thing, because like that, you have to relate that back to the self motivation. You need to, like, okay, I know why I started this. I got this. You got to keep motivating yourself. And one thing I do most especially that works for me is I love music, even though I don't know how to sing, which is kind of funny. I love music, so I find my peace in music. I know a lot of people, some people probably love art, anything you love doing, you go back to it. And to me, that's where I find peace. I find peace in myself. I find peace in music. So when I listen to music, sometimes I have the kind of music I listen to. Like when I listen to those music and I'm jamming, for some reason, like the joy just come back to me. It's like a light. It's like when you live in the dark and all of a sudden somebody switch up the light, and it's just like a glow. It's like an emotion that comes with it, and like it just glows me. And after listening to the music, when I get back to my rhythm, then I like, oh yeah, this is the real me. And to me, that works a lot. And what do I do when something don't work out? Honestly, I never have a plan B, because a lot of people think about, oh, if plan A don't work, try plan B. Honestly, when something doesn't work for me, what I do is I smile, because when it doesn't work, I see it as a challenge. I'm like, oh, so it doesn't work now. Okay. So when it doesn't work, it makes it harder, right? So to me, that's a challenge. So I need to make it work. finding a way to make it work is just like a mathematics question. Like, I'm very sorry if I don't like math myself. So any other person that don't like math, I understand you. I don't like math, but like the math question is like is a challenging stuff, right? And you have to find a way to get solution. So to me, it's like when something unplanned happen to me. So what I do is like I try to solve it like a math equation. Like I'm like, okay, it's hard, but I got to get this done. So okay, I try to find a different approach. I don't change the plan. I find a different approach. Okay, maybe the way I did it now is kind of like a little too forward. Okay, maybe when I try to invite this person on my podcast, maybe I didn't use a friendly tone, or like maybe the person is shy, you understand, trying to make them feel comfortable. So by the time I invite them to my podcast, like like because you want people to be you want the right energy on the you don't want people to feel like they're being forced and everything like that. So that works for me. So I don't change my plan. I change the strategy in which I plan at first to achieve the goal. So honestly, sometimes you feel down, sometimes you're like energized. When I'm energized, what do? I write a lot of plans, like future plans, because you got to think about this. When you are not energized and you're trying to get something done, how do you get it done? So when you have them written before and the day there's no energy, you're like, okay, I plan to do such tasks today. And how do I do them? And that to me is like a storage. It's like something I saved. It's just like in okay, let me use this scenario. In Africa, we have dry season and rainy season. So like during the dry season, during the rainy season, the farmers do plants because like back then there's rainfall and crops grow. So when it's time for harvest, they harvest it. And so when it's time for when it's dry season, what happens is like what you have in storage is what you depend on. So that's the strategy I use for myself. It's like when there's not enough, when I'm in the right state of mind, when I have a lot of like things coming up in my mind, I always use like my phone to like write my future plans down. So when it's time to execute them, I don't like start thinking about like, oh, so what do I want to do today? No, you have to plan ahead of time. You have to have everything ready ahead of time, and pretty much that's it. So I'm back again. And this time. I hope we can just do it back to back, and I can give you all you need and all you expect, because I know it's this community is right here on Bugly Talk. We are gonna be talking about a lot of beautiful stuff, and you guys should stay tuned because it's about to be rocky here. All right, stay tuned. Love you all. Bye.